gift. To be simple, 'tis a gift. To be free, 'tis a gift. To come down.
Welcome back, YouTube. Thanks for joining me again. My name is Mike, and this is going to be another gear video in my preparation for my 2026 southbound through hike attempt for the Pacific Crest Trail. Today I want to talk about my sleep system. And most of my sleep system is all contained in this bag right here. I'm going to go through things. I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to show it to you in my tent. So the first thing I want to talk about today is this sit pad. And I kind of went over this a bit in my overall gear video. It's just a 1/8 inch foam sit pad. It folds up and it lays out. Now I keep this as part of my sleep system because I really do feel like it is part of the sleep system. It goes underneath my sleeping pad in order to keep it from getting punctured, any little sticks popping up. It also provides a very tiny R value. So next is my sleeping pad. And I always get this wrong again, so I'm going to read directly off it. This is the Thermarest NeoAir X Therm. And again, this has something like an R 7.2, 7.4, something along there. It's got a high R value. It is a bit heavier than most of them. It's the normal width pad. However, I sleep really well on this, and I like using this sleeping pad. It's not as crinkly. It's got some baffling inside of it that helps kind of deaden the sound. And since I started using this, I started getting great sleep on the trail. So when I combine it with my Alpenblow pad inflator, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to inflate. It gets it about 80% there, and you just got to finish it off by mouth. I'm going to inflate it now for us. This is captivating video, which is why I'll be running it at like 10 times speed, maybe 20. Okay, so this got it blown up. As you saw there kind of at the end, I took about 3 breaths to get it completely inflated to where I like it. And it's pretty firm right now. So the next thing here is going to be my quilt. And this is a UGQ Bandit. It's an 850 downfill. During COVID, I got this. They were doing a lot of custom stuff back then, made to order. So the outside is purple. The inside, obviously, is bright orange. This is in case there's an emergency. I can use it to kind of flag somebody down. And the purple is just because I like purple. It's a zippered foot box with a pull strap, couple little pieces of string, not shot cord, but it does have a couple of these little adjustable clamps. It does you can button it closed, and it'll get a little draft, but if you put a pair of socks on, you'll be completely warm. Also, it has the pad straps on this. I am planning on just putting the pad straps on the pad and just leaving them as they are and folding that up with them. So it'll be on there all the time. So next is a sleeping bag liner. This is a silk sleeping bag liner. It's a Cocoon brand. It is a mummy bag liner. And basically this is something I can just crawl into, and it will help keep my pad clean. It will also help keep my quilt clean. And I can just throw this in the washer anytime I need to. This does add, they say, 5 to 7 degrees of R value and warmth. And I believe it. I've had this kit here out in 35-degree weather and was very warm. I was sleeping in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. A couple other things I have here. My pillow. This is a Big Sky International pillow. Takes just a few breaths to inflate. Ooh, that was fun. So as you can see, this is kind of a bigger size pillow. I didn't inflate it all the way. It does have a little bit of shock cord that you can tie around here. There's a little hole in it already. And you can cinch it right down to your pad, which I like to do that. I feel it helps keep it in place. Another thing that I actually do is when I get to camp at night, all of my little stuff sacks and all the things that I'm not going to wear to bed, I put into another stuff sack, into like one stuff sack, and I either use that as a pillow between my knees or I use it as a second pillow because I am a side sleeper. And then I do have a buff that goes over that, so I'm not just sleeping directly on plastic. That buff can also be used for things like wiping up condensation. It's merino wool, so it dries quick. It has a lot of antibacterial properties, and I can just throw it in the washing machine when I go to town. There's a couple other odds and ends in here. Extra pair of socks, a pair of underwear to sleep in, and my hat. And that's about it. I may throw a tank top in here or something just to kind of wear occasionally. It's supposed to be very cold over the next couple of weeks up in the Pacific Northwest, especially in the mountains. And I may end up having to add some different clothing options. So if I do, I'll talk about that while I'm up there. So let's take this outside now and take a look at it in the tent, see how it all sets up and fits within there. Okay, so this is my sleep system inside of my shelter. You can see that I kind of have it angled, and even with that angle, there's still a little bit of room over there in the corner for gear. It's pretty tight at this end, but I think this is going to be the best option for me right now. I'll have to decide kind of once I spend more nights on the trail. But as you can see, it basically just all I need is a mint on the pillow and I am ready to crawl in and go to sleep. This particular set of gear, I think as I explained before, has actually kept me warm down to almost 35 degrees. That's Fahrenheit. And that is in just a t-shirt and a pair of shorts. So this is where what I'll be sleeping in. I may change things up a little bit as I go. I may add, subtract, but for the most part, this is the basis of it. So I want to thank you for stopping by today and watching my videos and just kind of following me on this great adventure. I hope to see you all down the trail. Take care.